everybody, I'm back with another video, man. So this video right here is going to consist of a quick gold breakdown and the trade that I took last night. It's not going to be a long video, but hopefully you guys take something away from it on how you guys could have potentially executed on the gold opportunities that I called out in my last video for the projection to start this week. So hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully you guys take something away from it and can implement it into your trading. And you know, we can all make money from it, man. I'm blessed and grateful that I was able to execute on this opportunity. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. I'll let you guys know why I exited, why I entered, why I entered at that point in time, and maybe why I didn't wait longer. How I could have caught a second opportunity that actually happened maybe about like an hour ago. It's currently 6:41 a.m. PST. And then I'm gonna also break down like GJ, GU, maybe US 30 on what had the cleanest opportunity and how we could have executed that going into today's session for New York, man. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So for gold, what I had pretty much drawn out in my last video was we are currently still bullish on gold. We currently have an all-time high up here at around 27.88. We have our higher low at 25.38. Based off 25.38 on that monthly low, we got a daily higher low around 26.20 level. Price did push up from this point, forming a high. Then price rallied right back down into the support, breaking right below. Then price pushed bullish and is currently holding a form of resistance or a lower high level along this daily support. Friday, December 20th to Monday the 23rd, we did form a level of resistance based off this daily time frame with this bullish bearish closing. And then for Thursday to Friday of last week, price did test this level of resistance that was formed. And all this is a level of confluence based off of our support level here at 26.20. So support, resistance, and we are currently holding. Now based off my hourly time frame, I did draw a fib based off the 4 hour from this high to this low. As you guys can see here with clear details, price did wick that 38.2%. giving us indication that this could be a lower high opportunity based off of our 4 hour and our 1 hour time frame, as you guys can see here, which will actually be that valid level for a lower high. Now based off our price action on the bottom side of this bearish continuation, based off our daily time frame on the upside, we have a higher low. This is a double bottom, so this would be like a valid higher low opportunity based off your 38.2. Price came right back up into this level of resistance that was created right in here. And this I kind of showed you guys based off the daily time frame and how that looked with that bullish bearish closing. Now once price came up, tested this level, came right back down. I did draw these blue random lines around 26.22 to 26.23, showing that we're kind of starting to get that bearish transition. Price did break below those levels. Also my counter trend line opportunity that I have drawn right in here. So this is kind of giving me more indication that sellers are coming into the market and the buyers are getting weaker. So once price broke out to end last week and then came right back up to start this week, I seen price hold and form resistance along those blue random lines, and that was kind of giving me more confidence towards the sell bias and why I should be looking for sells and not buys, because buys would only really be valid above this 38.2% level. So that would be pretty much anywhere from 26.30 to like 26.38. So within like this 100 pip range area, you could definitely see those buys if price decided to break above and then get us some form of a higher low opportunity. So when I seen here, price was giving us all this buyer's exhaustion along my blue random lines. You had buyer's exhaustion. You had a doji, and then you had price push bullish, trying to break above these exhaustion levels, and then we exhausted again. So at this point, around 7 to 8 o'clock, I was already looking for sales. So I went down to my 30-minute time frame. Now, that 1 hour bearish candle, I was already in and anticipating that we would form an hourly engulfing based off our 30-minute closing. So with those 4 hours of buyers exhaustion and then this follow-up of this 30-minute bearish engulfing, I was already in and anticipating that we would sell off, and then I would pretty much place my stop loss at 2628.80 right above that lower high level, only because if price did push above that area, then there would be an indication that price will continue to push bullish, maybe to like 2631 and even higher. So this was a good risk to reward trade. Now I executed around 2623 to 2622, had my stop loss for about 60 pips, and then I was targeting this hourly low or higher low based off this bullish push up. So my TP was set at around 2611. Now this was a beautiful trade for anyone that did execute. Now let's go ahead and go over my main confluences for that, so it makes sense to you guys. So you guys can see here we have bearish price action based off this bearish push here from this swing high to the swing low where I have my fib. So we already know we have bearish price action, so that's one. Two, we already started breaking these levels of support and started forming as a level of resistance right in here. So that's two. Three, we started getting buyers exhaustion for about 4 hours. So that was another confirmation that sellers were getting strong in this area, and we could see sales for our trading session. And then four, we did get a 30-minute bearish engulfing. So that's 4 confirmations for this area. You can even add a 5th confluence with this lower high forming on the backside of that trend line, based off your hourly time frame. So you guys see here we're testing the backside of that trend line. So I went ahead and executed on 4 of my accounts. I didn't execute on the 5th one just because I didn't want to put any risk on that account. There's really no reason for that. So for my pick funded account, let's go ahead and enlarge this. For one of my pick funded account, we made 1.2%. The other one made the same thing, 1.2%. My funding pips account, we made 1.6%, and then my top tier account, we made 2.2%. I held that one a little bit longer, just to see if price would play out, because my overall target, I did want to see price come all the way down here. Now, of course, I know that that trade opportunity maybe wouldn't happen overnight. It could happen at the end of the week. It could happen now as we are on this YouTube video. It could happen maybe tomorrow, who knows. But for the most part, it is Sunday, so I was only trying to get what the market was willing to give me. I don't want to be too greedy just based off of how my last 2 weeks went. So that was my biggest thing for closing these three trades on these accounts early, and then letting one run and not executing on the other one. So that was a good goal trade. Now for those that trade New York Open, price, I was waiting for price to close on the...
I got a question, can I?
Yeah.
What do you want? I could make nopales right now with egg, or I could do chorizo. You just want egg and sausages.
Well, I was gonna do the beef. I was just, because I took the beef
That's
out.
what you're doing for breakfast, though?
Yeah, I was gonna just eat it's like kind of eating like steak and eggs.
So what do you want me to do then?
I mean, if you want to just make it with sausages, egg and sausages is fine.
I could make the little sausages aside and then make the egg.
Yeah, you could do that.
Aside. Yeah,
okay.
okay.
That's cool.
I just wanted to be.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Alright, so as I was saying, so based off of our 4-hour time frame, I was waiting for a 6 a.m. close before deciding to execute another trade, if that's even what I wanted to do. So when we go down to our 4-hour time frame, we see here on our 4-hour time frame that we had that bearish engulfing close that I had initially executed off of in between the hours of 10 to 2 a.m. And then from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. we had that retracement and then that push back down. So when we go to our 30-minute time frame, price sat on this level of support, which is why I didn't want to hold my trades that I executed up here, just because I didn't want to see price retrace. So I was willing to be satisfied with the amount that I was up at that point in time. Price did push up. Once we seen price come back up to this lower high level, but more importantly, these blue random lines that I had drawn out, which were a level of confluence for me. 15-minute time frame gave us a strong bearish engulfing, but if you see here, we had some sort of double top formation. So when we go to our 5-minute time frame, you can even use this white dotted line to level of confluence. This was a 5-minute break of support here, and you guys can see this was tested twice. So created, tested once, tested twice, broke through, and then we had that test based off that same level as a level of resistance. So that is a bearish transition, and with it being a double top, that gave you more confirmation that price would have the volume to push back down to this level of support. So if I was willing to trade again, I would have executed right after that 5-minute bearish engulfing. Or if you wanted more of a confidence entry, you could have waited for the break of this support here, and your trade would have went from a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-2.4, which are great odds, and I would have definitely executed on something like this just based off of my confidence level for this trade. And you can see here, you even had like a 1-minute double top as well with a bearish engulfing that took about 5, 10, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That took about 5 minutes to form, and that would have been nice as well. Someone who maybe has more experience with gold could have went from a 1-to-2 risk to reward trade to a 1-to-5, which would have been beautiful as well. But this would have been my entry right in here, just to have that extra confirmation that price would push down. But this would have been a beautiful trade, man. Your entry would have been around 26.19, stop loss right above that lower high, and then your TP would have been at that level of support. Just because it is December as well, it is a Sunday, and you don't want to chance giving profits back that could give you cushion for the week and to start the new year right, man. So this would have been my breakdown for gold. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, man, let me know, and if there's any way that I could break this down in a more simpler way, then I'll go ahead and make that possible. But for the most part, I believe this is self-explanatory for someone who has experience and trades gold on the daily. So that's my breakdown and my trade for London session. What I'm gonna be looking for going into the rest of the week, based off of just what we're getting right now, we'll be looking for a bearish continuation back down to these 2600 or these 2590 levels. Just based off of what we see here, we had that main lower high, which is what I executed off at the initial point. 4-hour time frame is still forming bearish candles, so as long as we can maintain below this lower high point that I had drawn here with these blue random lines, then that's going to be a good indication that we could continue to push down. Even if price gives us something along the lines of like this right here, and then maybe price wants to sit during Asian session, and then going into London session we happen to get a good lower high push, then I will be executing sells to get this push right back down. So this is going to be something that I am looking forward towards, and I'm pretty confident that it can happen just based off of current price action. So I'm gonna definitely be keeping an eye on sells for gold going into this week, man. So let's go ahead and check the other time frames. I'm not promising a breakdown, but as long as it looks good, I will give you guys something to look forward towards. So for GBP USD, sorry about that, we are currently bearish. We do have a daily lower high point right in here, as you can see with these red random lines. Boom, right in here. You see here, based off your daily, you have like a triple top. 1, 2, 3. So triple top. Let's go to our 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, you see the price is forming and maintaining lower high points. You have a lower high, boom 1, boom 2. And price did begin to rally and push back up to that lower high point. So anything above 1.26100 is going to be a good buying opportunity to get back up to this daily lower high level. But for the most part, based off our 4-hour time frame, price is testing levels of support as resistance. So you have support, resistance, and now we're getting resistance again. So as long as 1.2600 holds as resistance, then we can definitely see price push right back down into our main support based off of our monthly time frame, which is going to be these 1.24900 levels. So that's going to be a quick breakdown. I did just add GU to my watch list to give myself another opportunity to execute trades if GJ and gold aren't giving me anything solid. So definitely taking sales below 1.2600, and I will be looking for overall buys on GBP USD if we can get above this daily lower high level. But for the most part, my bias for GU is sales. Now GJ, based off my last video, I am still bullish, and as long as we maintain above 196, I will be looking for buy opportunities. For the most part, I'm not looking for any sales, so I will wait for price to give me a reason to buy. But if not, I'm definitely not buying this market. Only way I will be looking for sales is if we begin to trade below this random line area that I'm currently drawing, which would be around 197.250. So if we could trade below 197.250, I will be waiting for something like this to then execute sales into our 4-hour level of support and potentially lower. But if we maintain on this 197.250 level, I will be waiting for price to give me some sort of double bottom action to then execute for buy opportunities right back up into our daily high, which seems like a more reasonable play than sales. Overall sales will be below 196. Overall buys would be, as long as we maintain 197.400, we can execute on current session buys. But overall buys, you would be waiting for like 196 area to get hit to give you that overall higher low opportunity to get to a new higher high. So that's gonna be my breakdown for today, man. I'm not gonna break down US30. I know it is super bearish right now and this thing is just running, but I'm gonna go ahead and focus on these other 3 pairs, and I'm gonna just keep it pushing, man. I'm gonna take my win while I can get it. I'm gonna keep building equity, and hopefully I could bring this momentum to the end of January and complete this $500,000 in funding, man, and see what that could do for me for at least like 6 months. With these past 3 months, man, it's been a blessing, and I'm just looking forward to what 2025 has for me, man. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys watch this full video and if you guys have seen it to this point, man, I appreciate you guys for supporting and actually watching it all the way through. But without further ado, man, I hope you guys have a blessed Monday, have a blessed week, and then I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace.